Happy America Day, everybody.
I've been trying to find my way. Take me by the hand and let's go find our own space. Somewhere in between you and me. It's a piece of magic that we need to release. Ooh, and now you're looking for a good time. I think you should take a chance.
I didn't pull out the camera very much for this 4th, but I did get to spend it with my whole Gypsy family. Family and friends and all of our familiar faces are a hard thing to come by when you're always on the move. So having everyone here on a holiday is a major treat for me and for all of my family. But of course, we do want to be moving again soon, so the boat work continues. It looks pretty thick. How much more do you have to go?
You see that gap?
Yeah?
That gap. It's not so bad over here.
So you're filling up to that gap, but then you're also going to grind some of that down so that gap won't be so extreme.
Right. But if you take my big straight edge, set it here, and then look through here, see where I'm actually supposed to be.
Oh, wow, yeah. Okay, so you have a lot more to go.
Yeah.
But today is Sunday, so we always take Sundays off, or at least one day during the week, but I have Sunday off at work. So we always take one day and just make it family day. Why'd you cut a hole in our boat?
So I had to cut away this part. You'll remember the cracking from former videos that we showed here. Once I got there, the liner was underneath this. So the liner comes up and this goes through the liner and the deck. And they meet right here. So I cleaned all that up, ground it down so that you could get a good purchase on it with the wet system epoxy that we're using. Basically joined the liner and the deck under here and made a lip under here that I would be able to build out from across. Once I did that, I put backing down and did 7 layers of the chop strand with 1 layer of the wove rove sandwiched in between it. Did the layers separately and then came back and faired it out with West System again using the 407 filler compound, which worked pretty good. It filled all the little pinholes. It's a pretty fun project. It was my first odd shaped hole, so I think I did pretty good with it. We're almost to the point where we can gel coat it, and I'm very excited about that. It's going to be my first gel coat, so stay tuned for that one. We might have a psychedelic tiger stripe boat, or we'll match the color. We don't know yet. We'll see.
We were having trouble storing our fiberglass. The hardware store gave it to us folded, and the glass was breaking and the sheets were forming creases, weakening the glass. Scott decided to store it wrapped up on PVC pipe instead, using plastic to keep it separated. This prevents the creases and makes it easier to store as well. A couple layers of fiberglass or small projects like these seem to be all that we have time for in between the rain here, but we get done what we can while we can.
I don't know if you can see it, but the dock's completely submerged. Ours have a little bit to go. There, you can see there. Right up to it. I think luckily that's all we're gonna get from this storm. Hopefully Louisiana ends up okay. It is so high that Scott has to put his wellies on to get to the car. That's usually a parking lot. So I'm trying to head to work right now, but the tide is so high I might not be able to drive there. Scott drove in it just a second ago, and he said that it comes up to the door. If it came up any higher, the engine wouldn't go, but luckily it's high tide right now. It's not going to go any higher. Fingers crossed. There's supposed to be a lot more rain, but I've never seen tide this high before. This is crazy. Well, it's not that the tide's maybe that high, it's that the roads are that low or whatever, but it's just everywhere. So we're having a really hard time continuously doing our fiberglass work because it's Mobile and there's constantly storms here. Every single time we try to start something, we have to put everything back up again. But we are working on everything. It's just going really slowly. It's an ominous, gross looking storm. And I are running back to the boat right now. Well, this is our run. We're
The world's fastest nonchalant shuffle.
fastest nonchalant shuffle back to the boat right now because we were out wandering about and we look over and I don't know, I think we might wake it. It's raining already on us. It's raining. Ah.
want to be friends. Or maybe he knew it was about to rain and I didn't.